Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, seekers of truth, and sojourners of truth. I am Akila Textry, and I'm here to share some more information on this third wave that we had recently. Um, to let you know that the split has happened. The split has happened. The timelines have shifted. We did it. We did it. Hoorah! Have to share this information with you. So sorry that it's a bit late. It's about a week late. I wanted to get it out, but me and the technical difficulties. But I'm here now. I just want to make sure you get what this third wave was about. So as I've said before, it is really about soul families. A lot of us were finding our soul families in this third wave, and it was a big collaboration. It expanded the light grid activation on a whole new level because it allowed people to find their families, and the collection of the power. We are so much of a powerhouse when we find our soul tribe, our communities, our cosmic communities, if you will. We are so much more of a powerhouse. I call it the lighthouses, like the power lighthouses of the light grid have been brought together. So just to give you a little bit of my downloads of what I've got, let me share that with you. That as this wave has come, I'm just going to read it to you as I come rather than trying to remember it, because I just scribble it down. But as the waves have come, the manifestations of the third wave are set. You know what that means? We did it. It's set. They have jumped the timelines, and in this shift have set themselves up where they ought to be, meaning with their families and with their soul tribe families, and in their at their stations of the light grid, if you will. These are the light warriors that have set themselves apart from just all the light workers, because there are many light workers, but now we are seeing the really few that are chosen are the light warriors that are coming out. So according to their true heart vibrations and where they have decided in their being what priorities they have made by the degree of their allegiance and their alliance to this 5D earth, to the rising of the new earth, pretty much, of the 5D consciousness, and in their participation of the light grid activation, meaning depending on how they have participated in being a part of the light grid activation, whether it was in a group or even by themselves, because some light warriors have still not found their families or their tribes. However, they may still be doing whatever their spirit is leading them to do in their capacity. So according to how they have also participated in the light grid activation during this wave at this time, because it was a high energetic wave around the manifestation of the new moon, whereby much is requiring of their dedication of time. So we're not understanding time is what we are putting into this. If you look at currency, we're looking at the currency of time right now. This is what our souls and our energy is spending currency in time. So those of you who have put the light grid activation work first over your earthly priorities, because we have all types of priorities. So some people may miss these things because they're like, oh, I got to do this, or I have to be at this occasion or this place. But if you're willing to put these so-called earthly suit priorities on the back burner while dealing with the light grid stuff at that particular time, then you have truly dedicated your time, and that means a wealth of more of a difference. A lot of people don't get that, but it does matter and makes a difference. So it helps with solidifying the light grid, because why? It's about the true intentions of your heart and the integrity that is on your soul. So when you give up something, that is a big sacrifice. That shows, people may not understand why. It's not even really just about sacrifice, but in the actual sacrifice, it shows how deeply invested you are in your spirit, in your soul, in your cosmic body to do your cosmic work, if that makes sense, to commission with your fellow cosmic families, light bodies, light warriors, I should say. So when you do that and you put something else behind you to do whatever this is, where to other people it may seem like, well, that's nothing. Oh, you just meeting up with a bunch of people to do some light work. Oh, y'all just meditating. Oh, that's it. Oh, we could do that another time. See, those are the people that miss the appointments. Those are the light workers that miss the appointments because they don't know how to really dedicate their time. And a true dedication of time is when you can separate yourself from the earthly things and put first the spiritual things. You can put your faith first, because of course it's things that you don't see, you don't know what's going to play out, but you're stepping out on faith and you're willing to put your faith first. That is the difference, and that shows a true test of energetic currency and how you're spending your energetic currency, which is this dedication of time. Okay, so with that, furthermore of the download goes to say that the lines, speaking of time, is showing us that the lines of time require time. I don't know how many of you will get it, but think about it. The lines of time requires time. So it requires your dedication of time. It is the collective movements of the light bodies along with the energetic shifts that have helped jump the timelines. So it's not just a timeline shift. We have actually helped jump the timeline because of our collective dedication of time, the light bodies that have done the work, along with all of the energetic shifts that were happening according to the celestials that have jumped the timelines. Now, the physics of the quantum leap happen when energy bodies in motion are moving in at-one-ment. Atonement is the word, but I call it at-one-ment. In at-one-ment with the cosmic energy waves with a force of velocity that pulls the lines of time into the next dimension. So this is what has helped shifted the line, and now we've pulled it over into the next dimension. What sets this velocity is the level of dedication, again, dedication of time, but the level of dedication in the hearts of those who are truly ready to relinquish the holds of the old dimension of all that they have known. You're ready to let go. This is all I've known, but I'm ready to let it go, which are attached. All that they have known, which are attached to settled energy waves that have slowed down its momentum and causes inertia. So what happens is we're moving beyond this inertia. We've been in this state of inertia for a while. That's the slow movement. But now with the rapid pace, with the energetic waves that have been hitting, along with our energy bodies that are moving, it's almost like a wave. If you look at it, we're picking up a big wave, ready to bring it along the shore, on the land, which land represents consciousness. So bringing it into the 5D consciousness. This is how we're doing it. It's us, bodies of light. This is why I say we're not waiting on someone out there to bring 5D to you. It is us in our momentum of energy, utilizing our collection of energy, our divine synergy, along with the energy shifts to bring it all forward. Now, when there is to understand this inertia and what it does, when there's a collective inertia, it holds back the timeline. That's why it's been held back. And it keeps those who move in that energy wave of time in the realms and borders of that time. So those, look at that as like the 3D paradigm. Those who are stuck in the shadows of the 3D paradigm, excuse the helicopter, it's because they are in a collective energy of that. They're in a collective of inertia, that inertia that's not movement, non-movement at all. So they are held up behind that line, whereas those who have built up the momentum and the velocity in that wave along with the energy, we are moving forward and creating and pushing. Think of it as the wave. Look at it as the wave pushing the timeline, and we are all part of that wave. Talking to the light warriors, and yes, even some of those light workers that have added in the capacity that they could. So that's what happens. And what keeps them there, just to let you know, is fear and unforgiveness. Fear and unforgiveness keeps them in that borderline behind that timeline. And it's as if they are like an ocean, like I said. So I don't have to go into that because I explained that already. So just understanding all of this, it's like a tsunami wave that's coming up, if you will. And the collective that picks up the high energy wave movement rises like a giant wave. And it's like a force and a velocity that push and pull the body of water onto land, which is that timeline. So it's the same explanation. It's just, I just want you guys to understand what we have done. Understand that just by being a part of this third wave, taking the time to connect to your other cosmic bodies, continuing to do the work with them, you too, we all have been able to push the timeline. Now the tsunami waves are the light warriors. These are the light warriors that created the tsunami wave, whose collective movement have not only split the timeline, but have jumped into the timeline. So understand that, light warriors that have been doing the work. To jump in the timeline, to work in the scenes, SEEN, of what is seen, to work in the scene of the 5D and solidify the faith of those who will join in the waves to come. This is 5D, y'all. This is the 5D. Choo choo. So those who are doing the work, don't worry about those who are not. We have to do our part. And as we continue to do that work, and when things become more seen, then those other light workers, it will build their faith and it would help bring them over as well. And not only that, they're going to be the ones that bridge the gap for those that are in 3D that need to come over as well. They're going to be able to bridge that for them. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And as long as you are willing and ready light bodies, you too are a part of the 5D consciousness, because it's happening. Whether you are aware of it, admit to or not, it's happening. It's just a matter of you choosing the part that you want to play and where you want to be. Some souls are choosing to leave this earth plane. We have to respect that as well. They have chosen to leave. They have either committed, done their work, or they're choosing to leave in the loopholes of those that are losing, that have, let's say it's kind of like a purging, and some of them are transitioning, leaving the earth plane, and we just have to respect that. And so those of us who are here that are ready to go for the ride, let's ride. Grab your surfboard, get ready for the next wave, because the fourth wave will be coming. So with that said, the last little bit that I got, I'll just share that with you. The third wave light warriors have risen to the occasion of advancing the quantum leap in this light grid activation. They have faced their fears and relinquished their holds of the inertia in their karmic cycles. That's another thing. A lot of us are clearing up karmic cycles. So they have done that part, which have allowed them to find their soul tribes and add to the building of this new structure of the 5D consciousness. They have activated social interconnectivity. I've been saying that word for a while, and I never saw that it would come to fruition like this. But y'all, we have activated social interconnectivity. It is time. And not only that, they have also stabilized the internet. The net, that grid is like a net. So they have established the internet bandwidth for the light grid. The towers are up. That's what that says. So all these lighthouses, all of us that are lighthouses, we've now solidified our towers. You know how they like to put the 5G towers everywhere? This is 5D. And now through this collective consciousness, if y'all could picture this, this is what happened. The 5D towers have all gone up. And they don't even see it. They like, where? You know, because these towers don't look like those 5G towers. They not causing radiation. These are pure energy, pure love light energy, bodies of light that have come together as a collective. And so these collective, you know, there's local light grid workers, and these collective local light grid workers have their own power tower houses, lighthouses, if you will, collectively. And on an individual level, wherever they go, they're a lighthouse. So think of that. If you look at that like energy in that way, they're setting the grid. They are helping to stretch the bandwidth of the energetic field so it can reach those in those remote places, that the energy can stretch into those places. And so those who are still looking for their families, they will definitely be able to find them between now and the next fourth wave. I guarantee you that. You're going to see a lot more finding their families by the fourth wave, and even when the fifth one comes. So, you know, we did it, y'all. We did it. Third wavers, congratulations. The time that the shift has happened, the timelines have split, and we are definitely a part of it. Understand and know that it is your energetic bodies that have helped push these lines. And not only that, ultimately, we have activated the social interconnectivity, and the towers are up. Can I get a whoop, whoop for this energy? So with that said, this is all exciting for me. So I hope you those of you who are there, you feel it, you know it, you show it. Let's be that light. So with that said, if there's anything else to come up, I will be back to let you guys know when the fourth wave is coming. Be ready to still be in this activation, in this light grid, doing your work. Just continue to be that lighthouse wherever you go. And with that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out. Be the light that lights the next one and the next one and the next one, because it is our time. Peace, love, and light.